Hello, hello. We are here for your live discussion. Move it. Make sure. We are here for your live discussion here on Sunday. It is live gossip. We do have AEW chatter we have to talk about. MJF becoming the new AEW champion, and my thoughts on that. Was this just, I don't know. Was this just a placeholder for Mr. Samoan Joe? Let's talk about that. John Cena, again, we know he's retired. Seth Rollins, sooner than later, has said that he is thinking about, stepping away from the ring sooner than later. But we do have a new champion, and that is MJF. AEW, MJF. What do we think about that? World's End. World's End was a pay-per-view. MJF, I guess, is going to be the one that is going to carry AEW in the beginning of 2026. So let's put him in the hot seat. Happy Sunday. Hey, Spetty, how are you? How are you? How are you? Let's put him in the hot seat because this is what we want to talk about. Mr. MJF. I guess Samoan Joe was not doing it for AEW. He was a transitional champion, it seems like, right? Back to the trios. Here he goes. But, I forgot. They're not letting me. I forgot. All of a sudden, remember the last time I tried to share something and it just got weird. So let me just do this now. I'm just going to put it here now since they're blocking me from putting it here. MJF, let's do this. Because I don't care. They're trying to block me. So we have him right here. MJF. Let me just delete that. So we have MJF in his crowning moments. Hey, Robert, how are you? Glad MJF won the world title last night. I prefer Samoan Joe to retain, to be honest, but MJF winning ain't bad. How are you? Lafayette in the building. Lafayette, Indiana in the building. I love it. How are you? Rollins started to look very injury prone. We'll see if he gets the Dakota Kai treatment. I think you are a huge Dakota Kai fan, right? I think you've been trying to wonder, where has she been? What is her next move, right? Dakota, since we've seen her, she got let go, right? I think she got let go from WWE. That was the last time we saw her, and we haven't seen her since. So I don't know if she's still doing her Twitch with Selena Vega and that other guy who used to work for WWE, Josh something. He used to be a media personality. He used to do theme songs. I know they have a Twitch channel together. But MJF, new champion. That, I guess, is good for AEW. Let's be honest. AEW and their ratings this year have not been the best. They've been a little worrisome. If you are an AEW fan, I don't think they'll get canceled per se, but it wasn't the best year for them viewership-wise. I do know Tony Khan likes to front. He likes to act like it's the best that they ever been this year, AEW. Which we could say maybe it's less drama backstage. That could be something that he's referring to. But with the ratings, I don't think so. I don't think the ratings have reflected what Tony Khan is talking about. MJF, is he the answer to this? Is he the answer to the low ratings? Again, they used to get like 700,000 used to be the norm at one point, but not no more. They can't even get 500,000 no more. So hopefully next year AEW can do a little bit better. I'm hoping for, because again, the ratings are a little down. They always have great pay-per-views. I will say that. They always have great pay-per-views. Will not take that away from AEW. But again, the ratings multi-man here, multi-woman match here, $1 million here. Here we go. You're gonna win 20 million. I mean, it's gotten old, the $1 million challenges. But okay, let's see. And how is everyone's Sunday, by the way? Hope everyone is fine. So let me go look at this. I don't think how many belts Sasha Banks have right now. The Swerve era was fire. I mean, Swerve, I thought he was a second contender who may win that match last night, but I did think that he was going to get the Charlotte Flair treatment if he would just return and win a title right away. I mean, he has been injured or he's been away for a little while, and for him to return just to win the title, I do know a lot of people would have some negative feedback if it was Charlotte Flair or someone else. So, yeah, he didn't win. But speaking of winning, Jon Moxley is now being pushed heavily again. We thought that was the last of him with his AEW World Championship run, where he was getting this major push. A lot of people are saying that they're tired of him and his faction, like they're just being over pushed, or they're always like involved. But we had some weird shit going on. He basically turned babyface yesterday after he won. They're trying to rebuild AEW. Clearly, they're trying to build it with more momentum, new champion, new baby faces, I guess. So he did win the Continental Classic champion. The Continental Classic. His promo was babyface. He's the new Continental champion. I'm confused. I thought they got rid of that title. I thought the whole point of merging the titles was for it to be one title. Now I guess it is more than one title, I guess. So I guess it's no longer a merging title at this point. I guess it's more than one title. So again, very confusing. And this is good if he's now a babyface per se. I guess this is something different for him in 2026. Let's be real. The whole 2025, he's been nothing but a heel, Jon Moxley. So I guess this will be something different for AEW. I really have hope for AEW in 2026 with their viewerships, with the change. I mean, they're headed to 2026 with a new champion such as MJF. When I have time, I will make this more fancier, this stream. That's what I want to do. Like, I want my cursor to be like a pointer so I can like point and be dramatic when I'm talking about people. So yeah, I need to get that and some background music. Still trying to work on this, but thank you for your patience. So my post, it took WWE 3 years to crown a new black U.S. champion. I know Jade's been champ for 2 months with no title defenses. So you have a good eye. And let me ask ChatGPT. Since I do pay for premium, I'm going to use it. So give me 1 second. When was the last time Jade defended her title? Because you are probably right. When was the last time she won? She defended. When was the last time Jade Cargill defended her title, and when did she win it? Because she should have been stripped, right? She should have been stripped. So ChatGPT is currently looking. Good eye. I will say with while I do my research with that, I do love your input, people. So thank you for coming in here and giving your input. Because again, it's just not me that's running the show. I like to gossip with y'all. So thank you so much for your gossip. So let's put Carmelo Hayes on the screen. Kind of his crowning moment, but it kind of was pre-taped and everybody kind of knew he was going to win. So it's not that spectacular when it's pre-taped and everyone's enjoying their holidays and already knows that he's going to win. But Carmelo Hayes has won the U.S. Championship. I will give you my honest thoughts about that. To be honest, this should be a moment where we're celebrating him. A black brother finally has won a championship on the main roster. You know, we should be very ecstatic for him, of course. But right now, I don't know with the way they're booking this title. It just seems like so many people are winning it. It's like becoming hot potato. We just had Sami Zayn lose it like 2 months ago. Then we had Dragunov win it from him. And now we have Carmelo Hayes that won it from Dragunov. So is he going to have a 2-month reign? Is he going to have a lengthy reign? Is he going to have open title matches? Is he going to have storyline development? A lot of questions we have to ask ourselves. So a little excited that he won, but also a little, what are they going to do with him? So my post, it took 3 years to crown. Okay, I know it's Jade's been AEW needs to deal with the streaming if they are late. Streaming will be the future of wrestling. I do believe sooner than later, Raw will be, their Netflix. I feel like SmackDown will either be on Hulu or Netflix eventually, or Peacock. I feel like with NWA, I know we don't talk about them a lot, but NWA is on the Roku channel streaming. You can watch new episodes, I think, and you can watch them on Roku. So again, NWA is already on there. We also have Tubi, which hosts Evolve, which is I would say NXT 2.0 because they're always on NXT, the Evolve people. But WWE Evolve is also streaming on Tubi. Why was I going to say Twitch? It's so many streaming services. My apologies. But again, AEW could become a HBO Max exclusive. I did say that before. I do feel like one day they may be a HBO Max exclusive. If the viewerships don't go the way that TNT or TBS wants, they may do that. But financially, it may be smarter for them to just stream on HBO Max and Amazon Prime. I do know they have a partnership with Prime or AEW. They're kind of in cahoots with Prime. So AEW Dynamite and Collision on Prime and HBO Max could be AEW's future. Which is, again, not a bad thing. Streaming is the new thing. A lot of people don't watch cable anymore. But back to the ChatGPT. So Jade Cargill won the WWE Women's Championship on November 1st, 2025 at Saturday night's main event, defeating Tiffany Stratton for her first reign as champion. I do remember that because Tiffany kind of got dominated in her last match as champion. I mean, let's just be real. She got dominated, Tiffany Stratton's. I can keep it real. Her last televised title defense, Cargill has not defended the WWE Women's Championship on TV yet since winning it. She went nearly 60 plus days without a televised defense, which becoming a talking point among fans and critics. Which is right, because we're talking about it right now, ain't we? So, let me say this. Why isn't, let's see if ChatGPT knows this. Why isn't Jade being pushed to defend her title? Do they not have faith in Jade and she still needs to train? So when I talk to ChatGPT, I'm very, very messy when I ask them questions. I like the drama that comes with it. So, I can't just ask, why aren't they booking Jade to defend her title? I have to say, do they not have hope for Jade? I have to add that little drama to it. So, this is a fair question. The fans are asking a lot, but there is more layered than they don't have faith in Jade. It's more about protection than doubt. WWE clearly believes in Jade as a star. You don't give someone a world title, premium placement, and crossover marketing if you don't. The slower defense pace is more about protecting her aura than sidelining her. They're being careful not to expose her weakness in long, complex matches. So think about this. According to ChatGPT, and this is their thought process, they don't want to expose Jade as someone, let's put her in the hot seat. Let me do this. Child boo, because I'm about to do it right on this stream tonight. So, sorry. Because we talking about her, yet we still got Carmelo Hayes on our screen. No, we're not going to do that. So let's put Jade Cargo on the screen. I was a fan of her in AEW. The Baddies, her, Red Velvet, and Kiera Hogan. Love that faction. I was one of them that was having my little hand fan, thinking I was one of the baddies at my own home. So, a huge fan of hers. So, let's do this. Put her in the hot seat. Because, you know, we're doing all this talking about her. So, I do want to put her in the hot seat. A lot of black champions do love to see it, though. U.S. champion, women's champion. So we have Miss J Cargo. So one of the reasons could be allegedly from ChatGPT is because they want to protect her and her weaknesses. If she has a lot of title defenses and these long ass matches, it would expose some of her weaknesses. Rush her into defenses against elite workers she's not ready to go 15 to 20 minutes with yet. So again, they're trying to say that she can't really wrestle that much. Because again, the first bullet point was to expose her weakness in long, complex matches. And then the next bullet point, according to ChatGPT, is rush her into defenses. And I'm going to start doing this sometimes and asking AI just to get it to join the conversation with us. Just to think of their thought processes as well. Rush her into title defense against elite workers. I guess she's not an elite worker, according to ChatGPT. She's not fully ready to go 15 to 20 minutes with them yet. Damage her mystique early. Her mystique early in the ring. Yes, she's training. That's normal. Even at the top, Jade is still refining. Match pacing. Selling. Ring transitions, longer form storytelling. That doesn't mean she's bad. It means WWE wants her great, not just impressive. WWE likes long statement reigns. WWE often lets dominant champs go weeks without defenses, probably like a Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns, appear in programs, angles, and tags. The risk WWE is walking where fans are right. Long gaps can make a reign feel cold. The women's division risks feeling stalled. Okay. Who realistically, because again, what is the women's roster on SmackDown? Fucking B-Fab and Mention. Triple K strikes again. How was your Christmas? It was good. How are you, Anthony? How are you? What chapter are you on? Saw Avatar. It was awesome. I am glad to hear that. Avatar, you talking about those little blue little figures? Because when people say Avatar, I'm always thinking about the guy from Nickelodeon with his little pet, you know, the little magician guy. But I guess Avatar is this new movie with these alien-looking people, correct? Okay, you're in 2018. Okay, so do you want to look at other wrestling news? WWE is going to start going to Europe again next year. Let's talk about that. So, Road to Rumble Tour of Europe. Sales Friday, October 31st. So, Lord, Royal to Rumble. So, okay, this is good to have. I might have to post this on the other page. So, I guess, let's put this up. We're going to have some international shows again in 2026. We're also going to have the Royal Rumble in 2026 in Saudi. So let me put this up. And by the way, please like and follow. I post pro wrestling news at least 3 times a week. But here goes your dates for the Europe tour. Adjust your times if any show is on during one of these dates. Because again, I need my glasses for that, child. So we have Germany. Okay, here's the dates. I have to have it on the other screen. This is too small for me. How you scroll? Alright, so we have Thursday, January 8th, Germany. They'll be in Leipzig, Germany. We have That's for the Royal Rumble kickoff. Then we have SmackDown January 9th in Berlin, Germany. Then we have January 10th, Glasgow, Scotland, Glasgow. Just another live event. Nothing, a real event such as SmackDown or Raw or a pay-per-view. Then we have Sunday, January 11th. Oh man, they stay traveling. Denmark, Copenhagen. Okay, then we have again on Monday, January 12th, Germany, Dusseldorf. Again, so I guess Germany is getting live SmackDown and Raw, because we did see that Berlin is going to get SmackDown January 9th, and then the following Monday, January 12th, they will be back in Germany for Monday Night Raw. Then we have January 13th, Tuesday, we have Germany, Mannheim. We have England, Newcastle, Thursday, January 15th. Friday night, SmackDown, England, London. Of course, we all know what, London, England. So England, London. So good for them. January 17th, Poland. January 18th, again, England. So those are some of your stops for right now for the Rumble Tour. International, again, WWE, TKO, traveling internationally. So, I mean, it's kind of something we have to now get used to. We have to get used to adjusting our alarms for these international shows. Again, Germany, because I'm from there and I have family there, so I do know it's 6 hours ahead of us. Well, it's 6 hours ahead of me, and I'm Eastern time. So some of you guys are 3 hours behind me. If you guys are in LA, if you guys are in Alabama or down south, some of you guys are like an hour behind me. So that could be 7 hours ahead of you guys when they start these Raw or SmackDown. So again, happy for the international fans, but you have to be mindful when they are international. You have to adjust your clocks. So if Raw or SmackDown starts at 8 usually, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, that would be 2 p.m. my time when it actually would be live. Yes, you can watch it still live at 8 p.m. at the original starting time in America. But if everyone's already talking about it, if you have these huge wrestling fans that watch it or use VPNs to watch it when it's live and then they tweet about it all day, you kind of lose that feeling that you're part of the live audience if there's spoilers everywhere. So you have to be mindful of that. I did want to answer Sydney his question. I did not want to be rude, but how many belts does Mercedes Moné currently have? I know she lost 2. I think she has like 10 or 11 right now. But again, I pay for premium, so I will look at ChatGPT real fast just to confirm how many belts she has. But Mercedes Moné, clearly her storyline next year will be her losing her belts, her having a breakdown. They could make it either or. They can make it that she becomes a humble bitch. And I love Mercedes Moné. So when I call her a bitch, I do not mean it in a derogatory way or in a way to offend her, because I love her and I feel like she's the best female wrestler and she's my header for my social media. So when I say this, I don't mean this in no ill will. I've been following her for a while now and I love Mercedes Moné, the CEO, the Blueprint. If you followed her back from her WWE days, the Blueprints. Fell in love with her when in NXT. I always fell in love with her in NXT. Love that fatal 4-way match with the 4 horsewomen, Bayley, Charlotte, Becky, and Sasha, when she beat Charlotte Flair with that crucifix to win her first ever NXT Women's Championship. And I do remember that like that was yesterday, because again, she's my favorite female wrestler. So when I say that about her, not in a bad way. But this could be her. Okay, you know what? Let me get a better picture of her. This is like my favorite look because she was in Japan. I love the cheetah. I love the cheetah print wig that she was wearing. I was just so happy to see her. And I miss her former wrestling Japan theme song. Monday, she was on the track singing and everything. I do like that more than her CEO theme. I do like Monday, her song that she made. But okay, let's put her with the championship Miss CEO Mercedes Moné, the best female wrestler currently with Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Yes, it would change next year, but it won't change in my heart. So let's get this back on. So, again, a lot of people have gossiped and chattered and said that she really does not want to lose. But she is losing some of her titles, and here it goes. Mercedes Moné. So, as of late December 2025, Mercedes still to chat. So, allegedly, she has 12. How many titles does Mercedes Moné have currently? So, with Mercedes Moné, this is how you can book her. You can book her as a babyface, and she becomes very humble. She lost all her titles, or she lost most of her titles. I don't think she's going to lose every single title at once, and then she's going to be a champion with no belts. I feel like she is. Okay, so as of right now, Mercedes Moné still holds. Let me do my pitch first before I get to this. So I feel like she's going to be a baby face that becomes humble, and she'll be one of the biggest baby faces in AEW women's history. Well, I have to say that, but she'll be like one of the biggest baby faces next year. Her and Athena, they could probably try to chase for the AEW Women's Tag Team Championships, and that could be her being a baby face. Or she could become a heel, very upset, very vicious in her fighting style, and she eventually tries to get the World Women's Championship. So she won't have all these titles like she usually has right now, but she will become very vicious and very angry and very determined to win the big one, that she will become not desperate, but again, heel tactics and very, very vicious in her fighting style. So maybe that will be her, one of the biggest heels that, okay, I lost all my titles, but I will get the big one like everyone thought. So I'm excited for Mercedes Moné because there's so much storyline you could do with her if you book her correctly. You can make her one of the biggest baby faces, and she starts to humble herself and maybe become a tag team champion in the process with Athena. Or you can give her where she becomes very, very, very vicious and nasty and very rude because she is very determined to win the big one, and she's very bitter about those titles that she lost prior, which is making her like this way. I don't know if she would become a babyface and win the world championship. I don't know if that would happen all next year, because first she would have to make her a babyface, and then her winning the title, that's something else. So that would be two major plot lines that you would do for her in 1 year. So that's why I'm saying if she was a heel, I could see her winning it if she lost most of her titles or all of them. But her becoming a babyface, that itself would take at least 2 months or 3 months. Then I don't see her winning the AEW Women's Championship that fast. Maybe tag title. But as of right now, Mercedes Moné still holds 10 active championships across. So right now it's 10. The AEW TBS Championship, the CMLL World Women's Championship, the EWA Women's Championship, the PTW Women's Championship, Best Y'all Women's Championship, Discovery Wrestling Scottish Women's Championship, Body Slam Women's Championship, WPW Women's Championship, the APAC Women's Championship, the Owen Hart Women's Championship. Okay, is that really a title though? No, I would say maybe not at this point, because I don't consider the Owen Championship a title unless she has to defend it, which I don't really think you defend it because you have to just win the tournament again. So if that's what they consider defending the title by re-winning the tournament, I guess Britt Baker lost her title then, because wasn't she the champion at one point? And speaking of, let's do some more wrestling news. Happy Sunday. By the way, I post pro wrestling news at least 3 times a week, and I will, have another video out for you guys tonight. By the way, it's already recorded and everything. We did have Adam Cole, he did make an appearance. Still no update with him. With Mr. Adam, he's still injured. No real updates such as a return date or if he's returned at all in the ring. Still no update, just very generic. He was seen, but no update for him. But we do have more speculations about Chris Jericho going back to WWE. And allegedly, if he goes back to WWE, they want to do a farewell tour. I guess WWE is now trying to make these farewell tours or these farewell goodbyes where once they come back they have these long matches or they have these long storylines where it's about them leaving and no longer being a wrestler. So let's do this. Chris Jericho, again, there's nothing shown on my screen, so it's kind of hard to talk when you don't have anything on your screen, but I think something is on the screen. But we do have Chris Jericho. Again, this is coming from Wrestling Inc. Chris Jericho possibly heading to WWE as AEW contract near expiration. Speculation on Chris Jericho's next moves have been running rapid since the summer when Jericho himself liked an Instagram post about the potential for him to rejoin WWE upon the expiration of his AEW deal. Following that, reports indicated many figures with AEW actually expected Jericho to return to WWE in order to put a bow on his in-ring career. So basically, people on AEW, they're like, we're not stupid. We do know that he is like happy in AEW, but he did start his career in WWE, and that's who made him. So that's probably where he wants to finish his career. Following the report, with Jericho's AEW contract end now, just days away, that possibility seems poised to become a reality. According to Alex McCarthy of Wrestling Intel, Jericho's existing contract with All Elite Wrestling is set to expire at midnight on December 31st, with the 50-year-old expected to ink a fresh deal with WWE shortly after. Barring any unforeseen problems with this new contract, WWE is reportedly considering the possibility of kicking it off with Jericho's appearance on the January 5th of WWE Raw, which marks the one-year anniversary of the Red Brand's Netflix debut. That show itself will be in Brooklyn, New York. The takedown on SI has since corroborated part of Wrestling Intel report specifically known that multiple executives in AEW believe that Jericho will leave the company and return to WWE, where he initially debuted in 1999. On December 27 YouTube live stream, Jericho addressed one fan's remark about their hopes for him to come back to WWE by saying, "You never know, you never know." Okay, so clearly he's going back to WWE. He will get a retirement run. He will retire, and then he'll be in the Hall of Fame. Then he'll be a coach. I do feel like with that, he will not be able to come back to AEW as an active wrestler, because again, if you are going on WWE, the biggest platform of wrestling, stating that you're retiring from wrestling forever, you can't just have a big storyline like that and then say, you know what, I'm 62 now, I'm kind of bored sitting at home, I do want to return, but I can't go back to WWE since I retired, so now let me try to go to AEW real fast and have an in-ring matches. I don't think that's how it works. So yeah, if he does decide to do this, he will have to say goodbye to his wrestling career. I don't know if he wants to really hang it up, but again, that is rumored that they want to give him a Hall of Fame induction and have him retire. Again, it's kind of hard. I mean, I don't blame him if he does want to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Resigning with AEW would make it a little hard for him to get to the WWE Hall of Fame, because they will more than likely not sign someone that is in AEW. I'm sorry. They more than likely will not put someone in their WWE Hall of Fame if they are an active wrestler for AEW. So I do not blame him if he does decide to resign. So it's just it depends on what kind of Chris Jericho fan you are. If you are a fan of him, you love him, you want to see the best for him, or you want him to have his moment in the Hall of Fame, then you may want him to sign to WWE, because that is where he would get his Hall of Fame recognition. But if you're someone that wants to see him, okay, he's 55, he's not 75, he still maybe has another 3 more years left in the tank. And if he does join WWE next year, and reportedly next year they want him to retire and they want to put him in the Hall of Fame sooner than later and have him be a coach, then you have to kind of have that reality. Okay, well, I am a Chris Jericho fan. I do want to see him wrestle, so maybe I don't want to see him go to WWE and just retire, and that's the end of him. So, again, some Chris Jericho fans are conflicted on him, and he would have to be conflicted because, again, he doesn't really get that much say probably in WWE as much as he does in AEW. They did say that reportedly that Chris Jericho is a huge vocal point backstage in AEW, and his thoughts and his opinions do have a lot of weight to those in AEW compared to a WWE where it's production, TKO people, WWE people, Triple H, The Rock. You have so many other people where their opinions matter compared to just a Chris Jericho and some people on the AEW side that don't have that much production and the TKO and other people with their input. So he may lose a lot of creative control if he decides to go back to WWE, but he will gain a WWE Hall of Fame induction. So again, I don't know what I would do if I was him. His cruise, we have to talk about that. He does not have any AEW wrestlers currently booked for the cruise. It's not really saying much because he didn't have that last year. But again, he knows when his AEW contract is going to expire. So if he was thinking that his AEW contract was expiring, 2025, the end of December, like they're reporting, maybe last year he didn't have people from AEW because he already knew that, he's going to sooner than later sign with WWE, and they're not going to let these AEW people be on the cruise if he signed to WWE. So maybe he was already getting rid of the AEW people last year since he already knows his decision. I think he's going to go to WWE. Again, he's 55. He's not the youngest or he's not the oldest. No shade to him. I'm not saying 55 is old. It's not old or young, so it's just an age at this point. So he knows that he's not the youngest one in the bunch no more, but he's not the oldest either. So whatever he does, he can still wrestle if he would want to, or he can have his retirement shit and retire gracefully. I mean, if he does retire, I would watch it, of course. What a wonderful career he has had, so congratulations to him. But again, he's kind of in a loophole. Do I want to go back to WWE? If more than likely, if I do, they're going to want me to retire next year or maybe within the next 2 years if they're generous. They give him a welcome back. He gets acclimated with the newer people, and then the year later they try to make him retire. Depends if it's a 4-year or a 3-year. Who knows what kind of deals they give out these days. But or he can go wrestle in AEW, have some creative things backstage, not wrestle every week, and still do his singing group and his cruise. Again, he may be able to do his singing and his cruise in WWE if they don't schedule him that much. So, we shall see. But Chris Jericho, whatever they do, or whatever you decide, I am happy for you nevertheless. And I really mean that. Okay, so now that we're done with that story, Tommy Dreamer thinks WWE should trust the process with Women's Intercontinental Champion. Alright, the rivalry between Maxine Dupree. Okay, let's put her on the screen. What do we think about Maxine Dupree and currently her reign as champion? I think this is what the mid-card championship is for. So I like it. So I'm all for it. I like her. I like the drive she has. I like that she is a WWE Total Divas fan. I like that she's a WWE Diva fan. She loves the sparks, the glamour. She embraces it. So I do like that about her. She's not the typical I want to wrestle kind of girl. Then that's all she wants to do is wrestle. She likes the glitz, the glam, the entrance, the makeup. She likes all of it, which I like that for her. So she is improving in the ring. I can say that, and I will give her my props because I don't like to hate on people. I didn't get her at first. You know, I didn't believe in the vision first, but, you know, the more she wrestles, the more I like her. So this is her, Maxine Dupree, with her Intercontinental Championship. Again, Tommy Dreamer is saying something about her, but I did want to put her on the hot screen, in the hot seat, before we talk about her. So, let's go back. Wrestling Inc. Where they go with this? I kind of go that you got to wait and see and trust in the process. Dreamer said on the Busted Open Radio. I don't think Becky could get her excuse immediately online, and then some fans are playing even how she had her attorney when she was the Busted, where she was like, "I have aunts." Okay, can you get on with Maxine? I thought this was the whole point of the article. For Maxine, there's just going to be more and more growth. I would love for Natty to come back. If you really want to get something on her, her best friend has to turn on her. Natty could be that person where you really start to feel bad for the girl. I mean, she's already getting her ass beat enough. I think we already feel bad for her. So, I guess he wants Natty to put over Maxine? Is that what he's saying? So, somebody did put a comment in this Wrestling Inc., and I do agree with them. This was Freedom KME. Maxine won't move up if they still don't give her own entrance music, and if they give her some soulless generic rap, she will move down. So he does have a point. I do have to say that about the entrance music. She still is coming to the group entrance music. She doesn't have her own entrance music. Again, I said she's very diva, like the glitz, the glam. She likes that shit. So I think it should be a very diva-ish kind of entrance theme song. I don't think it should be something generic. I don't think it should be a rap song. I do know they're trying to incorporate rap in all these theme songs these days. We don't play. Nah, we don't play. You know, that was Stupid Ho by Nicki Minaj. I mean, that was a bootleg version. Zelina Vega. Born, you know, that's Nicki Minaj, Stupid Ho. That's what it is, basically. We have another theme song. Chelsea Green, isn't she rapping in it when she's walking down the entrance, and isn't that girl rapping and singing a little bit? Again, rapping. So again, I feel like they may try to do the rapping music with her just because that's their new thing, is rap in their music, and they're putting in a lot of rappers such as Sexy Red, Travis Porter. Damn, that's how you know where my brain is. I haven't heard that name in a while. Travis Porter is another rapper from back in the mid 2000s. But let me get back to this. Clearly they have a lot of rap artists featured on the show with WWE. So I don't know. I do feel like a good theme song is needed for Miss Maxine. So I do hope that she does shine and get a good theme song that accompanies her sassiness and all of that. I don't know what's going to happen with Otis and them. A lot of people are afraid that Otis and what's his name, Akira or Zaka, whatever his name is, the guy that's always with Otis, they feel like since they don't really have a storyline going on, they don't really know, you know, if they will be here soon, you know, if they may get cut. I don't wish that on no one. I don't wish for anyone to get cut, but it is a little worrisome because she has her own storyline going on. Chad Gable basically moved on with a whole nother group, didn't he? He's not with the Alpha Academy. He's with that group with Ivy and those two boys. So he moved on from them. So I really don't know what they will do with the other two guys from the Alpha Academy. Which, am I saying this wrong? Am I talking about the people from NXT? Oh, no. Please don't. Okay, I'm not talking about the people from NXT. Because the people from NXT, I think, are, I forget. Similar name, but not the Alpha Academy. So with Chris Jericho, we shall see. We do have Tyrus. He is part of, I think he's part of NWA at this point, but he was part of NWA as the world champion. He was a former world champion, but Brodus Clay, a lot of you guys know, but Tyrus, he is on the news. He's like a news anchor. He also does comedy shows, so didn't want to bring that out. Maybe if you do see him coming to your town, you should support him. I think if I see him, maybe I'll support him. I think I recently seen him on a Facebook ad, and I think the tickets were like $45 for, decent 50. So, I mean, that ain't that much. I mean, if I get to meet him and there's meet and greet, I may go there just to meet the guy. But, just putting that out there, he is having comedy shows. So, you can always support his comedy show. Tyrus. Let me look it up real fast. Just to give you a name of it. Tyrus Tour is what it's called. Tyrus is a pro wrestler, best-selling author, longtime TV personality on Fox News Gutfield, but now he's bringing something totally different to the stage. With his unique background, one-of-a-kind perspective, Tyrus is taking his hilarious and honest stories on the road with the Enough Said Comedy Tour, from the wrestling ring to the newsroom, didn't I say the newsroom, and to the comedy stage. So he will be out in Florida Friday, January 16th, Saturday, January 17th. He will be in Florida again, January 30th. Okay, January 31st, Florida. He will be in Michigan, the Cadillac, Michigan, on February 24th. Maybe I'll go to there. I don't even know what that is. I think that may be in Detroit. Oh, hell. Child, I done lied about this, honey. Okay, I was about to say, wait a minute now. I don't know. Child, I think the lowest ticket they letting you get is $172. Oh, child, I better be able to meet him with that, honey, because he better be telling me nothing but jokes and having me fucking crying when I leave that place, okay? This better come with some drinks or something for $172. I'm just saying, because there's a recession going on, and I'm over here advertising you, thinking I thought $50 or $75, but baby, he wanted $175. I understand that he's doing this by himself independently, so he do need the coins, but still, that is as much as a WWE show. Again, if it comes with meet and greet, or if he able to talk to people, maybe that's something different, if we get a guarantee, because it seems like everywhere I look, it's starting at least $174. Again, if this is something solo he's doing without a really backup or a company helping him, I can see like the lowest one is $171 for Michigan. So again, they're even saying you can use the firm and pay $16 a month. I mean, damn, I could watch Danny Kane for this kind of money. And maybe give me a drink or two. Or, this is almost a WWE live event. I can give me like a $95 and a drink and some parking. That's my $171 right there. Because you have to remember, when you go out, you like to do the whole shebang. You like to get you something to eat. You like to get you some merchandise. I don't go out that much. So, when I go to a concert, I'm buying me VIP. I'm going out to eat. I'm having me some drinks. I'm doing all of that. So, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I understand times is rough, but do these tickets come with meeting the guy? Like, is it like an intimate thing? Like, we in a small building, we telling the jokes, and after the show, nice to meet you, thank you for coming. Is that what's gonna be? Like, if that's okay, maybe I can understand the 171 if that's the kind of scenario we having. But if it's a 171, I'm going there just to pay. You only doing jokes for an hour. I laugh a couple times. That's almost half of a switch right there I could have saved. So, again, a little steep, I must say. Oh, I love how I'm like trying to help him out and trying to advertise him. Now I'm dogging his prices at the same time. He may not be the one that do the prices, but still. See, like, this is unfair. Like, if I go to California, the lowest ticket is $120. So, I got to pay $170 in Michigan, but I can go to Florida and get it for $120. Again, what kind of shit is this? Is this something intimate? Again, I don't know. But, okay, that's enough with my gossip for tonight. Just gossiping, as you can see. We don't really talk about them, so I did want to talk about them because we don't really talk about NWA that much. So, you know what? Let's put some NWA news real fast. Ex-WWE and NWA David Dunn enters hospice care. Okay, this is not the news I wanted to read. Okay, beloved pro wrestling referee and author David Dunn has announced he is entering hospice care following a battle with a rare progressive condition known as pernodonoplastic neurological syndrome. Dunn, known for officiating matches across WWF, now WWE, NWA, and Northeast Wrestling Promotion throughout his long and respected career, shared the heartbreaking update via Facebook in a deeply personal message to friends and fans. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. So, he has to go to hospice, and this is very sad. In my heart, while this is difficult news to share, please know I'm at peace with it. My life has been full and meaningful, rich with adventure, laughter, the love of my family, and the most wonderful friendships. Right now, my focus is on comfort, being present, and spending time with the people I care about. Duane closes mention with a heartfelt expression of gratitude for those who have been part of his journey. In my heart, I hold a deep gratitude for each of you and want to thank you for your kindness and the memories we have shared over the years. Our memories mean more to me than I can say. I may not be able to respond to you, but please know that every message and thought is truly appreciated. That is very sad. This is not the kind of news I wanted to read when I went on, just trying to look up NWA news. I just wanted to look up NWA news. But very, very sad. I don't really want to end it on a sad note, so no offense to him. Let me look up one more wrestling news. So let's do MLW wrestling news. Like, some of this stuff is like so old. Like, this was over a month ago. Major League Wrestling Court Bar just is on exciting growth. Okay, I guess this is like the most recent shit. They don't really get a lot of coverage. And Major League has grown tremendously over the last few years with the addition of Superstar to its All-Star and the partnership with New Japan Pro Wrestling and CMLL. Major MLW founder Court Brewer told Fox Business interviews on Thursday that their growth has allowed the company to get to a new level. Brewer said the company partnered with Penny for a trading card deal. Okay, that's cute. No, that's really cute. No shade. I really mean that. That, you're going somewhere. And was set to release a new action figure. So that's cool. I mean, Target, Walmart, Myers. You guys may not have a Myers. That's more of a Michigan thing. But Target and Walmart, that's cute. Or Amazon. Or online retailer. It's more cute when you walk in at the stores and you can see them physically than just scrolling on the website, though. But I understand it, if they're just starting out. Myers, Walmart, Target, Best Buy, whatever. Toys R Us is not going to want to put them on the shelves because they're not that big at MLW. Growing our business is such an important thing. If you're not growing, you're dying. And it's such an exciting and competitive time right now. So we've been really big on expanding and going new markets. Los Angeles, we sold out 2 times in a row this year alone. We're going to Charleston, South Carolina later this month. We're partnering with Danny McBain, go to Clear, which is fantastic. Danny McBride's done go to tequila. Okay, so they're dealing with tequila companies too, making it a more mature, grown kind of vibe, it seems. Since they're working with them. We've been doing that, pumping up our roster. We have a massive also roster, a who's of guys that have been from WWE to the NFL and now at MLW. I think he's talking about Baron Corbin with the NFL reference and WWE for the hottest bro, Matt Riddle, the hottest person on that roster, the best champion there was, MLW, Matt Riddle, the hottest stallion. He is bringing eyes to MLW, I do want to say that. So, yes, I do see that MLW, the action figures, so I guess they are on its way. So, this is how I want to end the stream, on some positive stuff. MLW is growing. Don't know where what you call it, Matt Riddle is, but that looks like Jacob Fatu, the Samoan guy. I know they have more than just him at this point. That's Samoan, but this is like what we have so far with the MLW action figures. Again, it's supposed to come soon. Again, I can't name all these people. I don't really watch that much, so I'm not going to sit up here and pretend in front for you guys. I watch it mostly for Matt Riddle. When he wrestles, I may just watch his match. But, it's so much wrestling. I don't have time to be watching all that at this point. But, I'll start to try to watch it a little bit more. They don't really come to Michigan, so, if they came to Michigan, maybe I'll be a little bit more intrigued. If I saw the event live, it can be different. Once I see it live, I can be like, okay, I want to see them more. But if they don't ever come to my state and they're smaller and they come to Chicago, every time they came, I always think I had something going on. So, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll go. But still, MLW, congratulations on the growth. I'm done for tonight. I've been talking for 55 minutes. I do have another video I will upload tonight, so you guys will have a new video tonight, YouTube. But those that follow, thank you. Those that commented, I know like Spetty, Anthony, was Robert commented. I think other people commented, but thank you for those. I do see sometimes people just watch it, they don't say anything, but thank you. Please like and follow, it does help. Sorry I didn't really advertise this much. I do know I said 3 days ago I was going live, and then I didn't really advertise it until 30 minutes before the live. This is Christmas break. Not Christmas break because I'm still going to work, but I'm having like 2 days off, Wednesday, Thursday, going back to work, then trying to do things on the weekend, now the New Year's Eve, trying to prepare for that. So again, New Year, maybe I'll advertise maybe a week ahead or 4 days ahead. I'm trying to do that at least 3 days ahead, but sometimes life gets busy. But those that come to support, thank you. Thank you so much for the love that supports. I hope your Christmas went well. I went to the gym, talked to my grandma. I talk to her every Sunday on WhatsApp. I talk to her, talked to her, ran some errands, went to the gym, visited my mom, we had lunch with her, and then we watched the movie tonight. Then I went on live. Why am I saying tonight? That was like 2 to 4. Everything seems like night because it gets dark so fast here in Michigan. But, so yeah, I had not a busy day, but I've been doing some things today. So, yesterday I met my friend, we exchanged gifts, went to Olga's, went to the gym, ran some errands yesterday as well. About to do a load of laundry. Again, this is Marquelworld. I think pro wrestling is my life. I don't think I've been really talking about my life so much recently. So, again, maybe I'll start talking about my life a little bit more. Because I noticed I haven't really talked about my life as much. But I'm doing well. I hope you guys are doing well. Those that support, again, thank you. Those that don't, what are you guys waiting for? I post at least 3 times a week. Pro wrestling news. Marquelworld. I think pro wrestling news is my life. I'm on X, Blue Sky, TikTok, Marquelworld. I know I'm forgetting something. Instagram, Marquelworld. Pro Wrestling Tea, TEA. We love the tea. We love the drama. Pro Wrestling Tea on Facebook, a Facebook group I run where we gossip pro wrestling. You guys can post as well, and we like to talk about wrestling. So Pro Wrestling Tea, go join the group. But okay, I am done. I have said my spiel. I have advertised what I wanted to advertise, so you guys can follow the other places so we can stay connected. If you guys ever have any gossip, you guys can always message me. Instagram, you can DM people on there. TikTok, I think you can DM people. I had to think. I really don't use it to DM, but I'm sure if I heard some gossip, you guys were messaging me, I would make sure to check it. So, yes, Pro Wrestling Tea, you can gossip as well on there. So, yes. But, okay, I am done. 2026 will be a good year. You know what? I think this is going to be the last one for 2026. So, let me now say who the MVPs are for me. So with WWE, I did want to do this before I leave. With WWE, the MVP for the female would have to be, and this is natural, because I wanted to write this down, but I got busy, so now I have to naturally think about who would be the MVP. I would say maybe AJ Lee, but she hasn't really done much. So I will say to me, I would say Alexa Bliss, but she hasn't really done much either after returning at the Rumble. She had such a huge pop, but then she really hasn't really done shit since, but being a tag team with fucking Charlotte. So wouldn't say she's the MVP of the women of women's wrestling in WWE. I would say Becky Lynch. I honestly would have to say Becky Lynch was the MVP of this year. She did help bring the Intercontinental Championship, put it on the next level. I did like her feuds with Nikki Bella. I liked how she put over Maxine. I would have to say the MVP of wrestling. Her feud with AJ Lee, even though she lost most of the matches. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Becky Lynch was the MVP for me for the women of 2025 in WWE. I will say this. I'm not like the hugest Becky Lynch fan, of course, but I do like her and I respect what she's done for wrestling. So, but gotta give her props. She did do well with that mid card title, so she is the MVP for me for the women's wrestler of WWE. So yes, I did want to bring that up. Here are my year end awards. So year end awards. Shit, I should have posted that as the name. I didn't think about that. I didn't want that to be my whole spiel. I wanted to gossip. That's what I do. See, I gossip so much that when I actually had to make it about something not gossip, I'm actually like, oh no, I forgot. I like to gossip so much that I forgot. But the MVP for the males, Dominic Mysterio, easily Dominic Mysterio. Great champion, a great mid-card and intercontinental champion. As you can see, I like the mid-card titles. I always like, I'm someone that roots for the underdog. And I feel like these mid-card titles don't get that much love as the regular titles, such as the World Championship or Women's Championship. But Dominic Mysterio, what he's been doing in AAA, the confidence he brings, the heat magnet, the respect he's getting from the fans, his wrestling skills getting better. He's getting hotter every time you look at him. He, clearly I'm gay, and I do feel like he is a handsome man as well. He's looking great every time you see him. I don't know about the tattoos on him, but that's not my body. You know, sometimes when you get too much tattoos, it kind of overshadows your beauty. To me, that's just me because you're just covering everything. So if he has it on his face soon, so, he's starting to get on his neck, but soon he may start having it on his face to the point we're going to lose the features that make Dominic Mysterio handsome. If he just has tattoos everywhere, you can't really see his eyes, you can't really see his features anymore if it's just all tatted up. So hope he doesn't go to that extent because he is a handsome man. I do feel like he could be king of the ring one day. I feel like maybe next year or 2 years from now it could be. His John Cena feud was good, or him and John Cena back and forth. MVP Dominic Mysterio and Becky Lynch. Again, Becky Lynch, I want to give her props. I know she didn't do good on record with her wins and losses, but Becky Lynch and Dominic Mysterio are my MVPs this year of WWE, male and female. Again, AJ Lee has not done that much for her to be the MVP. Just because she showed up doesn't mean anything. You have to actually participate to pass the class now. You don't get participation points. That we don't do that here either at Marquelworld. So, let's go on to TNA. Yes, you were expecting me to say AEW right away, weren't you? But no, I want to go to TNA now. So I will say this is a very hard one for the males. So I don't want to say that yet. Shit, that's really low. Oh, shoot, it's really hard for the males for the TNA because there's already two people that I really want to make them, but it's kind of hard to say between the two of them. But for sure, I do want to say this. For the female of TNA... Shit, I was going to say Cora Jade because she did a lot of good shit while she was in TNA prior to the crossover. But we know she got released, so she's not really a TNA knockout. Oh, it's not that hard to say. I would say Ash by Elegance was the TNA knockout for me. She did help the Elegant brand become a thing. She did help Heather by Elegance become a little bit more confident. And, the other girl, what's the redheaded girl? I know Heather, she's the blonde one. Damn it. I like the redheaded girl too. It's just I'm real tired. I know who she Maggie, is that her name? I think her name's Maggie. But she made both of them, Heather and Maggie, look like stars. And they are stars because I have seen them at AAW in Chicago, a indie promotion. They both wrestle there, and they're beautiful in person. I mean, that redheaded girl, I'm like, well, on TV, I'm like, oh, she looks so boring. She looks so boring on TV, but like when you see her in real life, she looks beautiful. Her face is beautiful. Her boring outfits look fabulous in real life. The TNA cameras don't really do her justice, the redheaded one, Maggie. And they don't do Heather any justice either. Like Heather, sometimes she's pretty on the TV, but she kind of looks plain Jane on TV. But then when you see her in person, she's like the star. You're like, go ahead, boo, you look good. Love the sparkles, like love the outfit, boo. You look great, and she can wrestle. But again, I think it's the TNA equipment that makes them look cheap. So that's why I kind of feel bad when I talk about that green-headed girl and the red-headed girl, the little tag team, the Donna Looney girls that I don't like, and I say I don't get them. I don't like their look, but then I have to also think about the camera in TNA is not the best. I think that could be Access TV since they are the company that's filming, and well, since they're the companies that's broadcasting them, I think it's Access TV and their cameras. So I don't know if that's, if the AMC cameras will look a little bit better. Maybe I could relate to some stars a little bit better. So Ash by Elegance, she made that title mean something. She helped elevate 2 other knockouts, and I do feel like with her, she just was very impressive in the ring. So I did like that she won the knockout championship. I still don't know what happened to her. I'm afraid that she's like ill. Don't want to put that on anybody, but she's being very secretive, and that's her business. But I really feel like it's something to do with sickness and illness, and I feel like she could be sick, and that's why she's not wrestling, but that's just why she's still on Instagram posting photos telling you to join her OnlyFans, because again, it's something to do with illness, not her being injured. That's what I truly believe is going on. I hope that's not the case. If it is the case, prayers. I'm not judging. I'm not trying to be mean-spirited. I'm just trying to say what's going on. Because, again, I am a huge fan of hers, and I don't want to act like nothing has happened with Ashley Liggins, and she just quietly said that she's done with wrestling, and we haven't heard from her since. Because now she kind of alluded she could be back. So, again, is this something that you're dealing with? Sickness, and you're getting a little bit better? Hopefully you're let me not say that. Is it hopefully things are going well, and then now you see, okay, it's not as bad, or things are progressing, so I can come back. I don't know. So I do feel like that is something that will be addressed sooner than later, because they have alluded before TNA that we will see her journey, and she has alluded we'll see her journey. So I don't know if she's coming out with a documentary which will explain everything in her journey. Again, if she's sick, maybe she's recording right now what she's going through, and she's not ready to tell the world until she beats whatever she has. Again, prayers for her and whatever she got going on. But Ash by Elegance is the MVP for me for TNA for the knockouts. The male, this is hard. It's between 2 males, Myron Reed and Leon Slater. Those are the 2 MVPs. I don't know if I can just give it to both of them just because I like both of them, and I think those are the 2 MVPs. But Leon Slater and Myron Reed, I was kind of going with Leon Slater because he's done a lot in NXT, and Myron Reed has not had that exposure yet in NXT. I do feel like he will get that exposure. There is a part of me that was saying he is MVP. Just him and Myron and Leon Slater, their match alone could have been the match of the year. I mean, everyone was saying Leon versus Javon Evans, but everyone is saying with that terrible finish, that is why it's not the match of the year. But I would say, well, what about Leon Slater and Myron Reed's match? That was a good match too, and that didn't have no fuckery. So that's why I say that could be match of the year, them too. But Myron Reed, I did like that he was like the forgotten Rascals, because a lot of people forgot about him because he wasn't on TV. And then when he was on TV, a lot of people were always asking for Wesley and where's Desmond at. And, so I always felt like he was the forgotten one. So I felt like with him, the opportunity against Leon Slater, he started to get his own shine. He started to be on TV. His name started to ring bells. People started to recognize who he is. I knew who he was from the indie circuit, but I'm happy for the success on TNA TV for him and the TV exposure. So one token I want to say him, but Leon Slater making that X Division championship means something and winning these great matches like against Myra Reed and other matches where he's defending the title. Very impressive. Him in NXT and representing the TNA locker room and holding that X Division championship and making the TNA locker room and fans proud. That's another reason I want to say him. So I would have to say it would be Leon Slater would be the MVP for the males. For TNA, I do apologize for Myra Reed. I'm hoping next year he'll be the MVP. That's all I'm saying. Maybe next year he'll win the title. Maybe this year he was just being introduced on TV. He's establishing himself, and next year he'll be the MVP, and he'll have a full year. I don't even think he's signed to TNA, to be real with you. So I'm saying all of this, and he may not even be a TNA superstar. I don't even think he's even signed. I think he's doing appearances by appearances at this point. So maybe that's another reason why he didn't win this year. He's not even a TNA wrestler, but he is doing great on TNA, the TV show. AEW would say, of course, Mercedes Moné is the female of the year. She is the female of Pro Wrestling Illustrated, the best female wrestler. But I would say her with the 13 titles. She has delivered with her matches. I do like her, and now she's putting over the younger generation. I mean, let me not say that, because she's not even 35. She's around my age at this point. So I'm not younger generation, but she's putting over the next generation. So I do like Mercedes Moné, the best female wrestler, but I will say she's the MVP for the females. And for the male, Ricochet. I would say Ricochet. Ricochet has really been impressive since leaving WWE. I did like him in WWE, so I'm not going to sit up here and act like they didn't book him well. I mean, towards the end of his tenure, they did book him as a joke, but Ricochet, I do love his heel persona. I do like his heel faction. Him and Bishop, I think, are both handsome men. The other guy, I mean, I don't really look at him, but both handsome men. Ricochet has that heel gimmick. He has a lot of confidence, in him winning that championship recently. Happy for him. Happy. So Ricochet, I would say it was this year for him. So Ricochet, the national champion. So congratulations. Those are your MVPs. Let's go over them one more time. So you have WWE, Dominic Mysterio, Becky Lynch. You have the MVP, Ricochet and Mercedes Moné for AEW. You have the MVP, Ash by Elegance and Leon Slater. Those are my MVPs for this year in wrestling. But okay, I am done. I'm on X, Blue Sky, TikTok, Pro Wrestling TEA, Facebook group. Go follow it. TikTok, X, Blue Sky, Instagram, Marquel's World. Marquel's World here. I am done. Those are your MVPs. This is Marquel's World. All things Pro Wrestling News My Life. See you guys on the next video. I gave you guys an hour and 12 minutes. Those that watched the replay, thank you, thank you. You guys have some gossip and some rumbling if you watch the full video. But I am done. See you guys on the next video. Hope you guys enjoy your week. New video coming tonight.